Morning. This is Reverend Pam Geagan from the Center for Spiritual Living Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California. Welcome to our Facebook Live service.
Hey, good Sunday, everybody. I'm Reverend Lynn Chaplain Noe, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Pleasant Valley. Reverend Pam just said Facebook Live. I don't think she meant to do that, but I think it's a great thing for us to coin. This is Facebook Live. So take this opportunity now to share us on on Facebook right now with all of your friends, a watch party. So we have a great morning for you this morning, and the title, of course, is Building a Stairway to Heaven. And who's going to help us do that is, of course, our spiritual leader, Reverend Pam Geagan, and Betty Ann Brennan, our assistant minister. Pamela Bailey is our head and our lead practitioner, and she'll be giving us prayer today. And Buzz Noe, of course, with the announcements, and our special musical guest is Daniel Berkman. So let's get going, and let's start with our vision. And our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And how we do that is teaching and demonstrating spiritual principles for living an abundant and fulfilling life in a welcoming, compassionate community. And we have our flames of faith. That even sounds wonderful, doesn't it? We believe there is one source and many paths leading to that source. We honor all faiths, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, Sufism, and all others that step forward in love. There is that one fine thread that connects all religions in the world, and that thread is love. We are love. We come from love, and we are love, and we honor our oneness within us all. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Reverend Betty Ann Brennan with our quote for the day.
Thank you, Lynn. This is our quote for today, and something to dwell on all through the week. I lovingly and willingly accept every part of myself and others, knowing that it's all included in the wholeness and perfection of God. And now on to our spiritual treater for this morning, Pam Bailey. You're muted. She's muted.
Dear, thank you. So now that my voice can be heard, thank you, Betty Ann and Reverend Lynn. And would you please join me in a centering prayer treatment? So if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes, but get comfortable, take a couple of breaths, and just rest in that quiet place. And we are gathered here together in recognition of that one presence. We are gathered in recognition of that one power of love, of creation, of intention, of intelligence, all of that. And so as we are here, we just allow ourselves to be immersed in all of that. And as we are immersed in all of it, we recognize that I am, in that first person, I am one with all of that. I am peace. I am love. I am power. It courses through me because I am a divine creation. And so all of that is available to me. The power to choose, to have my free will. As a human being, I have the privilege and the right to make choices each moment. And if I'm building my stairway to heaven, I will be choosing wisely. And as we look at today, this message and all, taking all of my being into it, my intelligence, my curiosity, my faith, my love, the peace that passes understanding, it is all present right where I am. And today's theme is a fun theme, and it is also really important in that we are building our stairway to heaven. We are building that life, and we are building that life that right here, right now, has access to everything that is, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the love, all the peace, all the creation. And so as I know that, I rest on the step where I am for a moment, and I gather together my thoughts and my intentions and my desires, and I turn them over, knowing that I will be guided, that I am in sync with my divine guidance, and that I am guided to the next step and the next one and the next one. And I do those in gratitude, in peace, in confidence, and knowing that this day, this very day, is a great day in my life, and it is a great day in the life of this world. Things are unfolding that I know nothing of, and yet I know that all of them are for the highest and best for all of us. And so I trust, I allow that presence and that power to continue operating. I show up, I do the best I know, I am loving and kind to others. I look for the good in every circumstance and in every person. And that's my contribution that I make in building this stairway today. And so as we are gathered here together, we're on this journey, and it is a wonderful journey. And on that wonderful journey, we have such an opportunity to be together, to share, to support one another, and to just have joyous times. So for all of this, I am so grateful. I give great thanks for life and for all of the beautiful beings in my life. And knowing that all of this is already unfolding perfectly, looking forward to this day, I release this treatment, and together we say, and so it is.
Hi, thank you so much, Reverend Lynn. That was Reverend Lynn, Reverend Pamela Bailey, and that's who you are as far as I'm concerned, and you are our lead practitioner, and you are such a wise woman. And now it is my honor to introduce a video from Nima Patel, and it's Keep On Loving. I believe that's what it's called, and you'll see it is really interesting. It was the time before COVID, and it's all about the love and the passion of the divine spirit spreading throughout humanity. So please enjoy.
Whether you're different, same ignorant or intelligent, whether you tell the truth, lie or embellish it, whether you live in gratitude or for the hell of it, it doesn't really matter, it's still one single fellowship. Whether you've been lustful or living celibate, whether you're an optimist or only see the negative, whether you're dead broke or rich from inheritance, doesn't really matter, we're made of the same sediment. Whether you got a family or single parenting, or you're Asian, African, European or American, whether you pray to God or atheist is irrelevant, cause what you got inside is the same as all your brethren. It'll change your heart, it'll change your mind, and then you'll start to change. So keep everything you touch, everyone you see will soon become your family. Do you see yourself in the troubled and the homeless? Can you you say everywhere you are is where your home is. Sharing your heart in the dark just like a lotus, letting your light shine bright so you can float it. Everlasting love and grace like those did Jesus, Muhammad, Krishna, Buddha, and Moses, who carried the weight of the world upon their shoulders. So every time you fall down, go ahead and hold this close to your heart, cause you're a love soldier. And every time you get a chance, you pay it forward, moving closer to heaven's gates. We're all soaring because of you. Love is where we're headed towards. Despair, gotta spread the love where nobody cares. Gotta keep on loving, gotta keep on sharing, gotta keep on trying, gotta keep on caring, gotta keep the light on through dark and despair. So keep loving. It'll change your heart, it'll change your mind, and then you'll start to change. So keep loving. Everything you touch, everyone you see, will soon become your family. So keep loving, gotta keep on loving, gotta keep on sharing, gotta keep on trying, gotta keep on caring, gotta keep the light on through dark and despair, gotta spread the love where nobody cares. Gotta keep on loving, gotta keep on sharing, gotta keep on trying, gotta keep on caring, gotta keep the light on through dark and despair. So keep loving, it'll change your heart, it'll change your mind, and then you'll start to change. So keep loving, everything you touch, everyone you see, will soon become your friend. So keep loving.
Hi, it's Pam Geagan here again, and I'm so happy to introduce What's the Buzz? Tell us what's happening, Buzz Noe, with the announcements.
Thank you, Reverend Pam. My name is Buzz Noe, and here's the buzz on what's happening for Sunday, October 11th. As here we are on the October 11th, and soon you will hear about our Stairway to Heaven. As we take all the precautions and in good health stay, here are the announcements for today. At 9 a.m. weekdays on Facebook Live, Reverend Pam Meditation will help you to thrive. Ascension continues as this week's theme. It'll raise you higher than you could ever dream. Writers Group meets tomorrow evening from 7 to 9 p.m. If the pandemic is making you stay in your home, come here and write about where you would like to roam. At 10 a.m. on the 25th of this month, Lisa Coffey will be here with a class you will want about Vedanta and how it applies to our lives to help bring us enlightenment and help us to thrive. Our center is always here for you, so please let us know what we can do. Prayers and treatment that we provide will lessen the stress and help you to thrive. Call and leave a request by phone or send an email from wherever you roam. A reminder to please donate to our center. Your donations will keep our center going so we can be here to keep your wellness flowing. And to other places where you can lend a hand, so please do give them whatever you can. Ventura County Rescue Mission provides the homeless with much good, and Ventura County Food Share feeds the needy in our hood. Another great way to support our center is Amazon Smile, where whatever you enter on a purchase page for the items you got, it donates to our center right on the spot. The link to the Amazon Smile is here on the slide. It's also on our center's website guide. And finally, tomorrow, you can honor Christopher Columbus or the indigenous people that live here among us. Whichever you choose for this celebration, have fun, stay safe, and thank God for this nation. And that's it for the announcements. Now, with inspiring words to say, I'll turn it over to our practitioner of the day, who happens to be me. So, yes, hello again. I believe I still am me, Buzz Noe, and now I am pleased and excited to be your practitioner of the day. And as we soon will learn more about, our center's title for this Sunday, October 11th, is Building a Stairway to Heaven. And I'm excited to learn more about that idea, and I know it will blend and merge nicely with the Center for Spiritual Living theme for this same day, which is inextricably connected. Now, both ideas are a reaffirmation of the one basic concept we all know from the science of mind teaching, which we are in, which is simply that we are inseparable from God. This simply means that anytime we choose to use it, we have readily available to us at any time a stairway to heaven. And all of this blends nicely with the CSL theme for the month of October, which is cosmic connections. And that is a concept nicely summed up by this statement from the center's theme for the month. The one bridge that links all of life together is the divine intelligence that is the back of all things. It is in our nature to be in community, to feel connected, and to establish a sense of belonging. So what's that saying is that if we are here, if you're in existence, we are connected through spirit to the infinite source of all that is. And since we are all part of all that is, by a simple assessment of pure logic, which I like to go to, we are one with all that is, all created by the same infinite source. We're all here, we're all connected. Now, what CSL goes on to remind us is that what is always up to us as individuals is simply that how we make use of that spiritual connection. So the connection's always there. It's up to us individually how we use it, how we apply it to our lives. And here's some quotes that follow the same theme of inextricably connected. I'm going to start with this guy you may have heard of for some time, named Muhammad Ali. And he says this: we all have the same God. We just serve him differently. It doesn't matter whether you're a Muslim, a Christian, or a Jew. When you believe in God, you should believe that all people are part of one family. If you love God, you can't love only some of his children. And another quote that affirms how we use that one connection, which is always up to us, from Bethany Hamilton: putting your faith in God is something that each person has got to come up to in his own or her own. It is your own personal relationship with God, a bond that's unique as a fingerprint. So again, just asserting that it's up to us how we use that connection, how we keep it. And here's another from a person named Macklemore: my relationship with God is as strong as the time and energy I put into connecting with God. So we've got to make use of it. And finally, this from our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, from his book called This Thing Called You. He states, to realize that God is ever present, ever available, is to know that all wisdom, intelligence, and power of the universe is right where you are. So if you're here now, it's all here and now. Let's make use of it. And we will now go into treatment on the same idea in the same context. So as I say these words in the first person, please do make them your own. I do know that right here and right now, in this very singular moment in the continuing evolution in time and space, there is oneness. It all exists, and it's all the result of the presence of the infinite power of God, the source of all that is, the source of everything that exists. I exist. And simply through that existence, I am one with that source. I am one with God. And I do recognize that how I make use of that oneness, of that connection, is up to me. So I choose to go forth in my life with that connection, motivated by love, compassion, harmony, joy, and unity with all that is. And as I continue to go forth in my life motivated by these concepts, I know that they are now turning to me tenfold through the infinite power of God. My life is now filled with those same qualities that I put forth through the expressions of my thoughts, my words, my prayers, my very existence. And I know that as I continue to go forth with this motivation, my life continues to unfold perfectly and bring back to me the blessings that I put forth. As I love everyone and everything will love me. I know that God loves me as I love God. I know that God is here to assist me as I am here to believe and have trust in that presence, in that perfection of God, the perfection of the infinite source, the infinite divinity that we call God. And I am here right now in this place, ready to learn more about how I can better do this in my life through the lesson where it's about to unfold for us. And I am here to thank God, as I always do, because I know that as I express gratitude to God for the oneness, for the perfection of my life, that continues to unfold for me. And I know that as I express that gratitude, it, by that simple expression, will make my life show up better at all times. And I now release these words, these thoughts, these prayers of the oneness, of the love that I hold with and for God, to the oneness, to the infinite source that is God, to take care of the details while I continue to express myself through those same concepts of love, joy, compassion, unity, and harmony. And once again, I thank God for this awareness, for this blessing, and release these words into that oneness, knowing that they are now here and done for me. And together we can close by saying in unison, and so it is. And thank you once again for tuning in and for the lesson today. It is now my pleasure to bring you our musical inspiration for the day, Mr. Daniel Berkman.
Thank you so much, Buzz, for that. And in the words of a great rock and roll singer, this is a song of hope.
Oh, Danny, fabulous. And you have connected us through your music, honey, to that Stairway to Heaven. We're on it right now. And now it is my honor, and we'll see you later in the program. And just thank you for your uniqueness and bringing that energetic presence always, honey. And it is my honor now to use one of the lines in Stairway to Heaven, one of the closing lines, to introduce our rock at our center, and not to roll, to stay right on that rock, is our wonderful assistant minister, Betty Ann Brennan. How wonderful to have you with us always, but in dialogue this morning. And I'll just start with what I was going to say. And what I want to honor is what Buzz said. He spent a lot of time talking about love. And that is what the concrete substance is for me in this oneness. I always say that, yes, we honor source, all paths to source. And what we honor is that fine thread of love. That is the one connecting force and all of the world. And in building this stairway to heaven, it's all about, yes, standing strong on that rock of faith that continues to transform us as we pull ourselves up from any ashes that we feel. And, from the pandemic to the climate to the appearance of a country divided to all of it right now. And yet it all comes from loving source. And in the Course in Miracles, we're told that love brings up anything unlike itself for healing. And so similarly, in this new decade being ushered in, it's a higher vibration, and it's coming crashing into the old ways and pushing everything that conflicts with the perfection we are, I believe, to the surface to be healed. And so it is important that we continue to stand on that rock of faith.
Well, seeing how there are so many challenges, I don't think anybody in the whole world has escaped the necessity to turn inward and look, to find what is the answer. And of course, you just spelled it out. It's love. Love is the answer. And I'm going to have to change the title of the song, though. I'm building a stair lift to heaven.
Good information for all of us. Learning curve.
Well, those things open a whole new world, as does everything we can accept. I think one of the things that we need to accept now is the outreach from everyone, the desire to help, desire to make it better, desire to bring about something that we can all adhere to, so we can be for something and against nothing. I love that, along with the love. And of course, at this time, with all these challenges, we need a great deal of forgiveness. When we can remember who we are, then that's not hard to do that forgiveness. So it is indeed challenging times, and I've made my peace with things, and I just enjoy watching and listening and analyzing, because I know that out of all this is going to come a new life experience, and it's going to be good. It's going to be great. And to have the perseverance to be able to wait in patience. This in my book, I thought this pandemic would be over, a couple of months of this and we're back in it. And it's going on. It's going to be going on to a year. And I listened to things that are canceled way into next year. We have a big challenge. And the finances, the housing, the employment, it just seems like it's never ending. So it's up to everyone who is attuned to this teaching, who really understands that there is a power for good, and that all of this is using it. This is the stuff that has to be torn down before we can build new. Many times that's the case. So I just know that there is love enough in this world to handle everything that's been thrown at us. And every time I think, wow, it just couldn't get any more seems to come. So prepared to handle it, knowing that what we're experiencing is created out of the God source, which is everything, and to be patient. There's a brighter world coming.
You know, I want to go back to what you said about being attuned and also about you being the rock. I've been in this teaching now for a long, long time. You've been in it, I don't know if as long as I have, but you've certainly been a minister a lot longer than I have. And in one of our meetings, I expressed we should give up the building. And it was a matter of money. And you turned to me, and it was a board meeting, and you said, I'll never forget this. If it's money, it's not a problem. We come from faith. You didn't say it in those ways. You've got to have more faith. And I shut up immediately because I want to be in tune with that higher orchestra that is not building a cacophony of sounds that jar us. I want to be in tune with that highest symphony that is playing and contributing to us co-creating a new world. And we have no choice, quite frankly. We're in the flow right now. So we can co-create using pain, or we can co-create using pleasure, ugliness, or beauty, fear and peace, hatred or love. And I choose always the latter of all of those things I just said. I choose love. I choose to stay in faith. And when I am struggling with my fear, I go right back to that rock that has supported me through some really rough times while I've been a minister, even here at the Center for Spiritual Living, when it just seemed like a bookcase was falling on me, every book by book by book. And I just went back to my faith, and I have become more awake and more aware. And as you said, and from my magnanimous self, I said, oh, I can do this for a few months. What's the deal? Now it'll be a year, I think, before the good graces of God will come and reveal the wellness of all of us, where we can walk around. I don't know if we'll ever change. We may always be wearing our masks, because now I haven't had a cold since all this happened. And also being very cautious, with where we go and what we do.
Well, I think the real key with all that's going on is to live in the moment. We're always told to be in the now, but to be in the now and non-judgmentally, to see what's happening, watch all these events move by, and be unmoved by it yourself, because all of us are in the care of God. And I heard something about an atheist this morning, and they were talking to the man, and he said, do you believe in God? And he said, no. At that time, I said, well, I'm sure glad that God is believing in you. God is believing in all of us, and extending the privilege of using our minds to create, and then have the physical aspects come near. I think the sooner we can get off what's there, what's concrete, it's there, you might as well accept it. The sooner you can get off of that and on to the idea of creating something greater to end the tomorrow. I think it's wonderful seeing all the people that have risen and beginning to have food, and have even building desks for these kids that have to have classes at home. I mean, the inventiveness, and also the fact that we hear about these things. These have gone on forever, but we're not aware. The awareness is there. And so we can use this for a real healing aspect if we bring our minds and our souls and our forgiveness of all. Love, forgiveness, right from your heart and soul.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. And it's interesting because I also feel that it's not just about us. Obviously, our mother she is clearing everything with what she needs to survive, for us to survive and for her to survive. And so that nature of who she is in this climate is also changing so many things. And this crisis that we see that is mirrored in this physical dimension, it mirrors, what our mother is crying out too. So if we take this opportunity, as I've said, and now we've had a long time in this opportunity to look at how it's changing everything, I don't see workplaces going back at all. Those who do not need service one-on-one, I think a lot of them will be working mainly for their homes. And what good does that do? It gets rid of all the emissions in the air, the cars. It gets rid of our anxiety of showing up, for me, on time every time. I've always been time challenged. And I asked myself, I'm just going to digress here. I'll never forget, I asked my sister one time, I said, Dee Dee, she was older. I said, how long have you known me? All your life. And I said, okay, how many years have I been challenged with time? She said, all your life. I came in with not knowing time and space from another planet. So when you look and you take away some of these anxieties and some of these ways we've been doing life, this time has given us a chance to redo and show up and cooperate together on even greater levels than we ever have before. So we know that our Mother Earth is changing, and we're in this spiritual transformation together, and you can't miss it, Betty Ann.
That's for darn sure. And yet, all these activities have given us a greater freedom to investigate on our own level. That's where we need to put our investigation. It's not what's happening out there, it's what's happening in there. What do I really think and believe about all this going on? Where am I placing my energies? Am I involved in anger or hatred or any of those things? That's counterproductive. And I know that. So as quickly as possible, any feelings that would be detrimental, I have to deal with them right now, in the moment, as soon as they're recognized, and continue on with that, so that the majority of the time is filled with faith and love and joy, real joy.
You know, it is so interesting because I think it is a conscious co-creation. We have to be consciously aware and be impeccable with our word and intentional with our thoughts and our ideas. And we have to always approach life through the spiritual aspect. And I should have Pamela Bailey tell this story. I can have her tell it on another broadcast. But she took a class from Louise Hayes, and she I think it was Louise Hayes, and it was the 7-day challenge to speak only affirmatively and not negatively at all, positively. And someone asked her this, she said, and the minute you stopped speaking affirmatively or said one thing, you had to go back and do it again. It was the 7-day challenge. And someone asked Louise Hayes, well, how long did it take you to get through the 7 days? And she said, over 40 years. She'd been doing it over and over again, because we're human. And so in this humanity, we are aware of how we can be that greater example and come from that unconditional love. But then, as we always say, then someone cuts us off in traffic, or someone's rude to us in the store, or someone doesn't wear their mask in front of us, and we're thinking, well, how rude, there's passing that. We go right back to our old patterns. And so this is, I think, a great time to whoever created this. It was either Louise Hayes or another class she was taking, to go back and start thinking, being impeccable with our word, and absolutely speaking from that highest place always. And even if something is bothering us, saying something instead of "that really makes me mad," is saying something, could you do that in a better way? Or could you say that in a softer tone? That's my new affirmations. So this rite of passage is almost like a vision quest for us, because it requires us to absolutely rethink before we speak, to be impeccable with our word. And once we have those highest thoughts, we speak them out loud, and then we take action on them. We're actually co-creating not only a world that works for everyone, we are recreating who we are in that highest beingness that we came to be.
Well, I think that's the greatest gift that has come, is the time to be to introspect, and the time we need to make good decisions. In a busy life, sometimes you're running around doing things and making decisions that don't always come from the best and or create the best. So just having that time for analysis or change within our own life. And we have to recognize that the only one that can change is self. I'm in charge of how I display myself in this world, how I contribute to this world, and so is everybody else. We just have to all get on the same wavelength and find out that we have the power. So I just want to bless the whole world and all the people in it, because we're in it together and we're making the best we can. And with God doing the creation, it's going to be really fabulous.
I agree. And Ernest Holmes says, faith is the substance that resides in our deepest, purest soul. Faith is the evidence of things not yet seen. The thought of faith molds the undifferentiated substance, that which has never been divided, and brings it in to the existence, into us. And that is what we're envisioning right now, that highest and best. And we're standing on that rock of faith that just says, what is the highest and best here? Is it the highest and best to give up the center, which has been graciously the rent, I think, is extremely fair, and knowing that we are coming back, and that money it isn't that paper stuff. It is the substance of things that are not seen but are absolutely in that existence. And those who have contributed the highest and most, even that was just a sign, but it means that that substance comes from all of us into our lives, into this energetic presence that just says yes to the deepest desires, and it includes the highest undivided good in our lives and all lives. And so our faith truly brings things to pass, and that a creative imagination with that rock of faith brings that so beautifully into existence.
Well, I want to tell everybody, I challenge you. You know me, I'm always good at giving homework. I challenge you to wake up every morning and to stay in bed until you can get up on a positive note. Leave all the problems and everything for the end of the night and come into the day in that positive way. And the way you can do it is to remind yourself of the truth, that there's an infinite power creating, and that power is for good. And that's the power that we use with every thought. If we want a good return, then it means I have to be the one to put out the thought. My stairway is built twice, once in the mind and the desire, and once in the physical plane. And right now I'm working on the longest stairway you ever see.
So I agree with you 100%. I am so into praying aright, as I say, praying at the highest and best. And that's not praying for that person against another person. It's praying to see that outcome in this co-creation that embraces all of it, not erases, releases that which no longer serves us. And what no longer serves us is pointing the fingers. You know, the old point one finger this way, and what happens when you're pointing one finger this way, there are three coming back to you. As I say, in all of this, I forget that finger pointing thing. Maybe it's this. I'm not even sure. I didn't even think about that. So anyway, we are praying aright. We are praying aright at our center for not only us, and we're building that stairway to heaven within ourselves that offers that light that goes to that heaven world. And we do not do that dance of faith. We know that we live in a faith where there's a presence and power greater than I am, you are, all is, that nurtures and supports us in ways that we cannot even imagine. And that was a quote with license, with literary license, from Ernest Holmes. And so I believe in the faith that you can keep and you can trust, that you keep and you keep praying aright in that right attitude and in that greatness. and God opens no new doors all the times. It is like the river parting when Moses stood at the Red Sea. He knew that they were going to cross, and that Red Sea parted, whether you believe it was metaphorical or whatever. That faith of knowing he was going to, that the other side was the same side, and we were all going to embrace that. I know that faith is a knowledge within the heart beyond the reach of proof. And that's an ending quote with Kahil Gibran. And I have one other ending quote because it fits in our theme of building that stairway to heaven. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Keep moving onward and upward. And that was from Martin Luther King Jr. And I have turned this over to you to close it out.
Well, I think all to wrap it up again is to give love only. That is our essence of all of us. So to have that love out front, up front, whatever you want to, and then forgive from that love and always remember who you are.
Oh, that divine spirit that is not, that has been with you through the eons, that soul that is never, it is immutable. And we have come here to learn who we are, and who we are is so magnificent. Once we knock and the door is open, and the faith and the knowingness and the truth to power, from power comes pouring in. Thank you, Betty Ann, so much for being with us.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, and you look gorgeous today. You look gorgeous. And now it is my honor once again to introduce our wonderful Daniel Berkman, who is now playing for a lot of other CSLs, and we just keep knowing that that's going to happen. That you're going to be so busy that you can put us on the back burner, but we'll never stop. We'll always have you with us.
Aww. Well, I feel blessed to be so in demand.
Good. Well, you bless us. It's fair.
Well, thank you. I feel blessed too. I'm so happy to be here always. Thank you so much, Pam and Betty. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I'm going to go back to my improv thing that I always do. But I'm really enjoying playing the guitar. I don't play the guitar a whole lot these days, but it's just always a part of me. So anyway, here's a little improv for y'all. Maybe I'll throw in a little kora.
Well, that was magical, Daniel. I always say born underneath sign. It takes me right back to my roots.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you so much, honey. Actually, we had Buzz introducing you and thanking you. And I'm sure he does that in his heart and soul because he loves you because he's your stepdad. I hate to say stepdad. He's your dad. So anyway.
He's my dad.
Yes, yes. So now what there's two feelings I have about our program. Number one is I don't even realize it, how family oriented it is, but we have such talent in our families. And so now it is my honor to introduce your mom, Reverend Lynn Chaplain Noe.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, y'all. Am I proud?
Yes.
Everybody on this Zoom, aren't we all proud? Oh my God. So we have wonderful ways of expressing the divine law of circulation. So here is our offertory prayer and blessing. You can repeat this with me if you'd like to in your privacy of your own home. Together, divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And that's the way it is. And there are many ways to express this divine law of circulation on behalf of our wonderful center, which, as Reverend Pam said, our vision is that we're still there physically in that wonderful center in Camarillo. And so thank you for watching our Sunday service. If you feel like you've received value from this experience, well, then support our ministry with your tax-deductible donation. You can visit our website at www.csl-pleasantvalley.org. We accept PayPal and Zelle. So there you go. Your sacred donations are more than ever appreciated. Our mailing address is CSL Pleasant Valley, 221 East Daily Drive, Suite 1, Camarillo, California, 93010. And our website is, again, www.csl-pleasantvalley.org. Our email, and this is a way that you can also ask for treatment from our practitioners and our ministers. Our email is cslpleasantvalley@gmail.com. So you've got a lot of ways to connect with our wonderful spiritual center, and we look forward to hearing from you. Let's have a closing treatment with all of that in mind. Let's close our eyes. And I know that this wonderful discussion and everything that's unfolded this morning has opened up our minds and our hearts and our awareness to the fact that we are all one. We're all together in this divine expression of God through and by means of each and every one of us. Life itself. We're sharing this, and we're sharing this with Mother Nature, who's been supporting us and lightening her load if we help, and we can. I'm also aware that our divine ability to reach out to each other for love, for assistance, for co-creativity, as Reverend Pam talks about, is within us. We have everything at our fingertips. So with great joy and great thanksgiving, I release these truths of oneness and togetherness and expressiveness and co-creativity into the law of mind, knowing that law of mind always responds at the highest level. And I leave it all to you to express all of this in your lives today and every day. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Rev Pam.
Thank you so much. And it is your assignment out there and on the program too, is to look at all of the good. And if there's anything that is less than satisfying, turn to look for more good. The more focus you put on your good, the greater it becomes in your life. Your heart, body, mind, spirit, soul, it's all one. And so it is. And now, so it is. I entered. Okay. Thank you. So what I'm doing right now is introducing again Master Sha's song, Love, Peace, and Harmony. And the reason I'm playing this is as everything has energetic vibrations to it, this has an energetic vibration. So please enjoy it.
join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Lula, lula, lee. Lula, lula, la, lee. Lula, lula, lee, lula. Lula, lee, lula. Lula, lee, lula.
And now, thank you so much. I want to thank everybody that's on the program. Spencer from behind the scenes, Lynn Chaplin Noe, Reverend Betty Ann, Buzz Noe, Danny, Pamela Bailey. Have I missed anybody at all? Marcia Beebe behind the scenes too. Thank you. Peace out. Namaste out. I love each and every one of you. And I'll get the hand signals. Mwah. Wave goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
And I'll see you tomorrow for meditation.